Jolean Thorton here, and welcome back to my show, Jolean Does It. And part 2 of my top 10 countdown of popular movies that were made and had sequels announced, but never got made. Alright, so we did 10 E.T., 9 Forrest Gump, 8 Breakfast Club, 7 Gladiator, 6 Kill Bill. Number 5, Napoleon Dynamite. Now, they had made the movie, and it was an independent movie, and it did really well, because hilarious! And then they did a cartoon, and they were supposed to make a part 2, and it just never got made. And so, yeah, so it's not something that we're gonna miss, and it's not something that, you know, so, I don't know why. I loved his hair. Alright, number 4, Elf Part 2. Now the first elf, I love Will Ferrell as the elf that came, you know, he was a regular human that got taken by the elves in an orphanage and was raised up at the North Pole by Santa Claus and the elves. And then they were supposed to make a part 2 where he kind of takes over his dad's business, whatever. Will Ferrell said a very adamant and publicly no. And that was it. Done. Oh, you go, you crazy funny bastard. Number 3, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Part 2. Alright, so, Ferris Bueller's, so in 2012, a couple years ago, there was a teaser trailer, and Matthew Broderick had come out and said, he said a famous line from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and it was supposed to be for Ferris Bueller's Day Off Part 2. So many, like, what, 20, 50 years later. Anywho, it ended up just being a spoof because it was an ad for a car commercial for, the Super Bowl. Yeah, Super Bowl kills everything. Number 2, The Golden Compass, Part 2. Alright, so The Golden Compass was a set of very popular novels like Harry Potter and Twilight, and anyways, they made the movie, the first movie, Golden Compass, and Nicole Kidman was in it, and it bombed. They did not reflect the book very much. Well, they did, but it just, fans weren't happy, and the movie bombed, and so part 2 never got made, and that's it. Number 1, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Okay, so Who Framed Roger Rabbit Part 2, it was supposed to take place where Roger Rabbit goes back and, like, helps old school cartoon characters and all this kind of stuff. And it was supposed, because, you know, it ended up being a kind of sort of popular movie. It's more of a cult classic now. And, anywho, so they presented the storyline and the script to Bob Hoskins, who, you know, he's that fat bald guy that was in it that starred next along to him. And he just disapproved of it. And that was that. So they let it go. You know? And that just goes to show you, you know what? You bastard, you probably should have done part 2 because your career went downhill after that. And it's like, you should have kept it up. But of course, a lot of actors and actresses do that kind of bullshit. And it's just like crazy. Just crazy, y'all. Crazy. So, anywho, that is your top 10. This is part 2. Those are the top 5. And I hope y'all enjoyed it, and let me know your thoughts on everything by leaving a comment below, okay? This is Jolean Thorton saying thanks for joining me for my show, Jolean Does It. And until next time, bye for now.